stream did get dropped a few times. Anyway, I found my hat. I think you end up picking it up later. Just once you own it, I think you can re-equip it anytime. But where's the fun in that?
Alright, girl.
Like I said, that's pretty much how. What is this little tubby thing moving over there? Part of my game is going, running to new places, seeing things I haven't encountered, and then usually trying to kill some sort of pig. Hope nobody owns it. Again, bow and arrows tend to do less damage to the hide, but ooh, I hope he isn't big game. This boar looks pretty big. I'm not sure. I might have to
Easy, girl. I'm nearly there.
depending on how nice this pelt is, I might have to either leave it or the alligator, but it is what it is. Nah, it looks pretty small. It's poor anyway. Might give me a buck or two. But yeah, like I said, because there's so many things you're limited on cargo-wise in your inventory, I like just throwing pelts on here. When I get to somewhere that I can actually trade them in, get some money, I do so. Tends to be a good way to just kind of pile them up as I'm moving through the world. Other than that, man, just exploring. A little bit of the storyline every now and then. I hope there's no alligators in here. See how it goes. A little bit of fishing. Another thing you can do is fish. Let's give it a shot. We'll get on the other side of the bank here, cast out a few times. I guess this first video maybe we'll just try and share a little love with all the things we can do. Get over in items. There it is. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things to do that at times I still get confused on where they all are. Let's do a little fishing. Lake lure. Oh, what the hell am I? Yeah, let's throw a little bait on here. I don't know, is this count as a lake? Not necessarily a stream. Yeah, I guess it is. Kind of swampy. But let's throw some bait on here real quick. Corn bait. Sounds like a place to be. Yeah, hunting, fishing. I mean, if you ever wanted to be a cowboy in the Old West, man, I guess this is the place. Throw it out, reel it in. I mean, like I said, tons of detail. A lot of fun, though. And most of these little side things you can do, you can actually use towards the progression of your character, whether it be actually directly developing attributes, or just using these types of things again to get money and then upgrading your character, your guns, weapons, horses, things like that. Alright, first time catching a bullhead, you know, things like that. 1 pound 1 ounce. I don't know what's big for a bullhead. You know, some of these things are small, some of them aren't. What the heck is going on out there? Let's see if we can catch something else. So we used corn that time. You know, big thing you do, switch up baits, try and have something different, be drawn to whatever you're throwing out there. Again, so much detail in the game, lots of fun.
Let's see if anything's biting.
Like any game like this, you know, Grand Theft, Red Dead, previous Red Deads, games like Fallout, Skyrim, you know, you do have a little bit of alignment depending on actions you choose. Oh, too slow. Oh, man. There we go. Still managed to kind of squeeze something out, I think. We got a brim. Bluegill. And I completed some sort of a challenge there, 3 of 3.
I'm keeping you, I'm afraid.
Hand 5 animals into camp, or a trapper. You know, and it pops up little things like that. I'm not sure what these things unlock. I don't really want to get into it. It'll probably be slow for me to try and get to it and explain. Rather just kind of have fun right now. Make our way through the world. And probably get in some trouble here in a second. Unlock new reinforced equipment at the trapper. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Doing some of the challenges allows me to open up certain things at places like that. You know, you saw the trapper there. There's all different classifications of NPCs in the world as well. So some of these challenges that may seem small and uneventful can actually unlock some pretty fun and potentially desirable side effects.
Take me to town, please.
Well,
oh, you are a sight to see. Whew. Raise up them hands and think of heaven.
What do you guys think? I mean, sure, I could raise up my hands, but what's the fun in that? Well, I waited too long on that one, didn't I?
This ain't gonna end well for you, you.
And if you couldn't tell, Deadeye's back. Probably shouldn't have got myself shot, but what are you gonna do? Some of the side missions, you can get a lot of good stuff from it. I actually got this jacket for free. This fancy little jacket. Nice and crisp. For free. Like any good player. I did a side challenge that gave me one free item from a store, so I got something pretty expensive. But yeah, doing little side missions like that. I forget what it was. I helped somebody maybe out of like a bear trap or something like that. Ran into them later. And yeah. They paid for a free item for me. Where did my horse run off to? So yeah, don't neglect the side missions every now and then. Depending on how much time you have, though. Again, open world games like this can be a real big time suck. So kind of know what you have as far as time to play and kind of tailor your gameplay towards that. If you just want to bang through the main story again, you're gonna have to forego some of these side missions and just kind of pass up these chance encounters. Just learn kind of how to identify them. Sometimes that's the toughest part. Sometimes you can get distracted on what's part of the agitated by a predator. Always look for nice little pop-ups like that. That'd probably keep me from getting blown up by these alligators in the future. I'm not even going to worry to bother with them just because we know that it's a big game pelt and I won't have any room for it. I'm afraid those are eyes, so hopefully I don't get my horse eaten. Those look like fish though. But some of this thing over to the left there kind of looks like maybe those are alligators coming up. Sometimes shortcuts might not be worth it. This is kind of where I was running for. Do not use weapons or cause trouble. That's always an issue, especially in games like this. Let's see what's going on. I saw somebody up front. Let's see what they have to say.
What do you want, boy?
Did I sneak my way in here?
This here the Gray Plantation?
Yep. Gallagher Hall.
Hey, look, I've been helping the sheriff with some trouble. Wanted me to have a word with a few of the folks on the property here.
Emmett Lee. All right. Have a word. But I ain't got the time to help you.
Great security. As you can tell, I just came through the side. One day, I think games are going to get pretty legit and make you kind of go down the more realistic road.
Hey,
but for now,
I
there's
was
always
hoping
sideways
you'd
into
talk a
things.
moment. I'm a student of the history of the region, and
I ain't the one to speak to. Try Master Bo. Think he's down there by the wood store. Boy's got all the time in the world.
God damn. That looks kind of far off. Well, horse time. Let's do it.
let's go.
I doubt you can hear me tapping, but I like to run everywhere. Another thing I like to do is ride my horse pretty fast everywhere. Part of the reason is both your stamina and your horse's stamina are developable. Meaning that where you start off, the more you use it, the more they'll actually improve. So your stamina and your horse's stamina actually start out pretty low, and the only way to get them up is by, you know, kind of pushing the limits of your stamina. So, you know, take the time to do those sort of things. It'll really help you out, especially if you're going to kind of align more outlaw or true outlaw, in the sense that you're going to be doing a lot of bad things, because you'll develop bounties pretty quick, and sometimes you get stuck in a tough situation that you just need to run from. And if you don't really have any stamina, you're going to get caught real quick. Nobody likes those in-game sort of resets that happen when you get, you know, wasted or killed or anything like that.
Excuse me, friend.
We friends?
Not yet, but he is hoping.
I guess.
We don't get a lot of traveling men here, and suddenly there's a whole phalanx of mysterious but strangely helpful Yankees about the place.
Is there?
What are you doing here?
I was just looking for work.
Looking for something. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
What secret?
I got a secret of my own.
Are you secretly normal?
Excuse me?
Never mind.
The thing is, I don't care if you kill the whole lot of us, and the Braithwaites.
I don't want to kill anyone.
I love her, you know.
Love who?
Penelope. But it's impossible.
Love tends to be complicated.
Can't have a
She's a Braithwaite.
big open
I'm
world
Bo
like
Gray,
this without a
son of
Romeo and
Tavish
Juliet
Gray,
story somewhere.
Nephew of Lee Gray, the sheriff, grandson of old Murdo Gray. We Grays have been loyal to the state and murderous to the Braithwaites for so long now, no one can even quite explain why. Beyond blind loyalty and stupidity, I'm supposed to be loyal to some nonsense while she's amazing. She's like a woman from the future. She's like tomorrow, if tomorrow turns out fine.
Well, I'm sorry for your predicament.
Would you help?
I don't want to get involved in gang feuds. It seems unseemly.
I'll pay. I've got money. We Grays, we've always got money. No brains, mind, but money.
Well, in that case...
I know she loves to sit out in the gazebo on the edge of the Braithwaite property. Take her this letter and this bracelet, please.
And just like that, I'm an errand boy. So, I don't know. What are you going to do? Horse run all over the place.
And good luck.
See how far this is. Sweet baby Jesus. Yeah. It's not as far as it looks, but a little bit farther was I hoping. You actually do move through the map pretty quick, even as large as it is. A lot of it's just kind of, again, staying focused and staying kind of on mission. Otherwise, it's easy to get sidetracked. I do a lot of off-roading too. Just know your environment. You know, a lot of places there's not a lot of fear of falling off anything really high. In some places there is, so know your terrain. In a place like this, that's not a big worry. You know, big rocks is probably the only thing I'm going to run through around here. So, you know, I try and go as much as the crow flies, just to make distance traveling a little fast. If you stay on the roads, you'll end up covering more ground and take a little bit more time. And, you know, when your horse runs out of stamina, you just kind of let him rest a bit. He'll build it back up. But again, part of developing it is using it, so make sure you're doing that. You can kill something to learn about it, or you can actually just kind of focus on it and then learn it if you haven't seen it before. But I've seen these ox spotted on horse. Apparently I gotta sneak up in this place. Okay, we can crouch, and let's see what we can get away with. Gazebo's got to be in the backyard, right? So we get any detail on this map. Oh man, are you kidding me? She all the way out there. Let's go. We'll try swinging around south there. Kind of coming up at a better angle. Again, I'm not sure if you saw the little comment pop up there. Our gang leader doesn't want us getting in any gunfights in this new town that we're at. So, I'll do my best to follow that to keep us from getting in any extra complications with playing the game. And try to play it as cleanly as possible. So let's go south for a bit. And we'll try and just come up on her. See if we can avoid some of these guards a little bit better, which it looks like we can. You can swim in all this junk somehow, but let's not ask too many questions. Water will take more stamina if you're trying to move faster, just like running uphill, which again, you know, great detail in the game. Something kind of cool that they did. And I noticed some foraging down. Let me see if I can eat something real quick. Let's see if we can do better. You know what? Let's do this one instead. There we go. Yeah, one of the things that are a little troublesome with so many items and stuff, sometimes it can just be a little annoying to kind of find what you want, or to, you know, index the things you want quickly. But very easy to look past. Not anything that really takes away from the gameplay. I'm just kind of taking a peek at this horse real quick. Yeah, not really anything you can't have. Obviously, being an outlaw, you can steal horses. Horses bring a decent amount of money. That's all I'm saying.
Are you Penelope Braithwaite?
Why, yes, I am.
I've got a letter for you.
Oh.
And a gift.
A letter and a gift. Well, we don't even know each other.
Well, it's not from me. It's from,
From Beau. Oh, he is so...
Strange?
Yes, he's a little strange, but also so human. The rest of our families are stuck in the Dark Ages, or... well, I don't know, cave people, perhaps. Beau's different. But if they find out, they'll kill him and send me to live someplace awful, like Ohio. Have you ever been to Ohio, sir?
No.
Well, neither have I.
Don't know if you guys noticed
My uncle
my
has a
Wolverine-inspired
He was sort of the
facial
black
hair I got
sheep
going here.
on account of having left. But now they tolerate him because he's a vicious snob. Families are there's something else. You got a family, sir?
No, not really.
Well, they tolerate him because of the money. But me, with my ideas above my station, they can't stand.
That sounds pretty complicated. I don't know quite what to say.
Well, nothing to say, except I hope they all rot. I don't, well, maybe a bit. But here, if you see Beau again, will you give this to him?
Sure.
Yeah, back and forth really is not going to make me live my Western dreams. So hopefully this won't be a long-lived side mission. Hopefully it doesn't suck me into doing that now. Kind of rather just come back. But we'll see. The fact that it's in this town, and both of these families are big pieces of this town. Might be something that I have to go through, but you know, we'll find out. As you can see, the stamina on my character is actually getting almost to max. About like 3/4 over there. It's the small gray ring around the flash symbol. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Looks like we'll just go south. See if we can get out of here.
Okay then, girl.
Let's see. Also, another thing you can do, again, so much detail. They do awards on each mission. So you can see here I got silver and complete it very fast. I don't complete my missions very fast, usually because I'm trying to run through the dialogue and kind of explore the area. But you can go back and replay them. I'm sure there's some sort of trophy involved with getting X amount of silvers or golds. But again, a lot of detail they put in just to make like replaying ability into the game is something that Rockstar's always been good with and that they're continuing to do, but really add to the amount of time you can put into the game and at least have fun with it, challenge yourself with something new. What in the world? So it looks like we might have a little chance mission here, chance encounter. I don't know if this lady's talking to her number 2 or what. Who does number 2 work for, guys? Let's find out. Let's peek into the pooper. What's going on in this pooper? Is that a pooper or is she trapped? What in the hell? Yeah, you keep a journal. Sometimes chance things you run into like this, you'll actually record in your journal. Crazy young radio face looking locked in a kind of outhouse.
1, 2, 10, 3, 5, 8, 13, 14.
Interesting. And you'll kind of chart things away. It'll help kind of bring up information later if you kind of trigger a mission, or it's something you can kind of just look through on your own from time to time. Let's see, we talked about another interesting thing you can do with your horse is like bonding type things. So you can like brush your horse. You can feed your horse. Feeding them obviously helps with their stats and their attributes as well. But doing these things helps bond you. They become more responsive. They follow your commands a little bit quicker. They're more likely to do things that are a bit dangerous, kind of like we were doing earlier, walking near predators, and kind of overcome their natural instincts a little bit better. So yeah, a lot of detail. You can see not only did I make that note in my journal, but now there's sort of this visual on the map that kind of lets me know about this crazy lady that we found for later on. The map is huge. Let me kind of zoom out. You can see how much I haven't even explored or come encounter with. Because of that, I'm not sure if this whole area that we're hitting here will be discoverable in the game, or some of it has been set up for DLC later in the future, which sometimes games will do with thinking ahead. But either way, it's just expansive, and there's so much you can do. I don't know. Let's see. What's a D here? Dutch. Let's go ahead and head back to Dutch in our camp, and yeah, kind of see if we can move the game along a bit, and we'll come back to the little lover story. I think. Kind of go around this manor. I don't think they'll be hostile to me off of that mission. Yeah, I just ran by that guy, so probably didn't need to really run that way. But you are part of an outlaw game, so sometimes it's hard to tell who's going to react to you. There are other gangs that you're sort of aggressive with, and so sometimes they'll have like little camps in the middle of nowhere that you'll run into. You can either, you know, choose to shoot it out with them, you know, to hopefully get you know, maybe some decent items, some loot from them, or you know, you can avoid them, kind of avoid a habit. But yeah, so much stuff to do in the game. It's pretty fun. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm running my horse too hard. This place almost looks like it's on fire. It's so well lit. This is probably high enough to hurt myself, or at least throw me from the horse. We'll kind of avoid that. Let's see if we can find Dutch.
Let's get here.
Have your horse follow you around, always nice. That way if stuff goes down, they're nearby. Dutch does not look like he's in the hotel. What is this building? At least he's not in jail. Well, maybe he's in jail.
Of course, of course. Oh, and here is my dear friend, Arthur Callahan. Boy is a hunter. Boy is a killer. Arthur, you've met but not been introduced to Mr. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sheriff Gray.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
Tough business you boys had.
We did?
Well, there's no need to pretend with me, sir. Life can be tough.
So it can.
And no man owes another anything.
No, sir.
But still, I feel you were hard done by. Losing your employment like that. But still, here in Rhodes, we have work enough for honest men.
That's some strong stuff. Still, don't seem to be doing you any harm, I guess.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Excuse me a moment.
I told you we was moving up in this world. Deputies.
You have finally lost your mind.
Amongst these drunkards, hillbillies, and slavers? Good honest thieves like us. We're bound to be moralizers in a place like this. Oh, Sheriff Gray, you are back.
Now listen, sir. There is shine in them woods, though, and it is costing this county its good name, and the state a whole lot of income. You boys wouldn't mind rooting it out. Maybe we'll make you permanent. I gotta set me down a second.
Not a problem, sir. Not a problem at all. You are in safe hands now. And people waste time with the temperance movement. Liquor never dulled a good man's senses. Arthur, you ride with the deputy. Bill and I will follow.
Climb on up. Let's go.
Looks like we might have us a little shootout. Classic Romeo and Juliet, now classic Cowboys and Indians, I guess.
Pretty good.
I have no weapons.
And your
doesn't sound
friend
right.
is behaving himself?
Oh, yes. I think he's learned his lesson.
Congratulations on becoming a temporarily deputized citizen of Scarlet Meadows County. Most towns just get bounty hunters to do their dirty work these days, but Sheriff Gray believes the law should keep the law. Now, I'm sure I don't need to remind you there's a chain of command here.
There is?
Dang straight there is. This is a dangerous business, but follow my lead and you'll be just fine.
Sure. Hey! Archibald wants to remind us he's in charge here.
Of course.
Who else would be?
You were a big help with them Anderson boys, and I put in a very good word with the sheriff on your behalf.
We appreciate that.
We rounded up the others soon after. I'm pushing for the rope myself, but
You have
that's
a
by
lot
the
of
by.
kind of cinematic scenes like this that tie missions
These
together.
moonshiners.
Not
I'm
just any
assuming it's
moonshiners,
honestly just to
great
load
freaks.
map that you're going to need for the mission.
Pretty sure you did.
Because it's not something that...
Old Cotton family.
It seems to just tie up a little bit of time. Most of it. I mean, it does add a little bit to the story, but I don't know how much they need to be in there other than to sort of have another ancillary reason. It does slow down the gameplay a little bit. You know, I usually just run through it. If we're doing these videos, I'll probably just let it roll through too, so you can kind of pay attention to the mission story and things like that. But I actually do think it's kind of a clever mechanism that they put in to make that happen, so that you don't feel those old school senses of loading, or even older actual screens to load up maps. So I'll take it.
The others stole a fortune from them. But it happened so long ago, I don't know for sure if it's true.
Must be tough being rich, huh?
So I imagine.
That badge rather suits you, Mr. W.
Yes. I thought so too.
Does it feel good to be back at it? Serving your country?
I wouldn't go that far.
Whoa! Whoa! Hold up. You see that wagon?
You know, I have seen a setup, and it looks an awful lot like this.
Dear me, that don't look good. Oh. Come on, mister.
You could try washing once
Keep your
in a
eyes
while.
open.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some canned vegetables. Oh man, can't carry any more canned vegetables.
This must
Like I said, your inventory kind of gets gone through pretty quick and maxed out. You can upgrade your satchel, which is sort of like, you know, your backpack or your bag, or, you know, any other mechanism similar to these games, to carry more, but it's very easy if you're running through the game pretty quickly to just keep packing it full. So make sure, you know, even if it's something that's useful and that you're using regularly, sell off at least a few of them, otherwise you'll be passing up, you know, good loot a lot.
Let's see if we've got any identification. Okay. We should get going. I'll send someone over here later to clean this up.
What? Come on now. Yeah, that was a little silly. I was trying to get on the wagon, and for some reason it instead pulled me towards my horse, which was further away.
Taking the reins? I want to have a look at these papers.
Sure.
I'll direct you.
Things like this about the only reason I'll stay on actual roads, or if you look at the mini-map, the actual marked trail. Other than that, I try to just go fastest route.
Hey, not so fast! Go right at the crossroads.
Yep. Not the nicest fellas in my experience.
Oh, and I know the Braithwaites are in business with them. No shame. Trash begets trash, my Uncle Reginald used to say. They're right again here. He had a few stories, let me tell you. Town preacher and town sheriff. Drink a sailor under the table before breakfast. He had one tiny hand, like a child's, on the end of a grown man's arm. But anyway,
hey, there's
this
our
tells
alligator.
you what kind of people the Braithwaites are.
I mean, things like that amount of detail. The alligator we killed earlier still
don't even look him in the eye.
in the section that we can kind of take a look at.
So what was I saying?
Something about the Braithwaites, I think.
Even saying that word makes me sick. Now, anyone we find here, we bring in alive, understood? Round them up and take this operation down for good. Come on. Let's see what we're dealing
Anyone we find? Something tells me some of these guys might need a little killing.
See? See? What did I tell you, boys? What did I say? I said this place was crawling with vermin, and we just found ourselves the rat's nest par excellence, as they say in Paris. My aunt, she went to Paris back in
How
'78.
will I handle this?
Well, the way I see
Actually, let my friend here decide. He doesn't have a fine way with words, but he is definitely the man for the job. Let's split up. Arthur and Bill, me and Archibald. You boys want right or left?
Well, let's go
We'll take the left.
Let's stop these filthy, degenerate tax
without
dodgers.
being spotted. Gotta be honest, guys. I'm not sure how great I'm gonna be at this.
Remember what he said.
Yeah,
We
being
need them
sneaky,
alive.
not
Let's
always
just knock them out.
my forte.
Got it. Deputy Williams.
I'll do my best, but
See one by the bridge over
accidents do happen. Mostly because sometimes I forget the controls I'm supposed to use to appropriately do things like be sneaky. We'll see if we can make it happen. Hopefully it's gonna work. There we go. The real question is, keep them here long enough.
I'll tie this bastard up. I
I
think
wanna
there's
loot
another
his
one by
body.
the still. Hey, give me some room to work here.
Hey, shut up, Bill. I'm trying to
What are
pick
you
this man's
doing?
pocket.
I can't
see
tie
what
him up with you in the way.
Luckily, I grew up seeing a lot of Rambo and Vietnam movies, so I feel like I'm pretty good skulking in the swamp. I think I know how it's supposed to go down. Certainly, I wish I had a little bit of face paint and probably a K-bar, but what are you gonna do? Let me get an eye on this guy before we start hopping over stuff. If you can't tell, you know, the visuals are amazing. Especially for people that don't play games very often. You know, my wife peeked in on me playing this. She was like, "Wow, what are you watching?" I was like, "No, man, I'm playing a game." It's getting there. I mean, you know, everything's continually looking better, even if you go back just, I don't know, probably even like 2 or 3 years. Visual differences are pretty awesome, especially in open world games like this that are allowing this much detail on this big of a scale. It's pretty fun. I don't know if that was necessary. Felt like we were pretty much on top of him. Guess we're putting everybody over in this wagon that we got the first guy at. Looks like they're making a little bit of shine. Damn vermin.
Just drop him with the others.
I think that's it.
Well, what do we do now?
we better destroy all this. Any of your boys can handle explosives?
Sure. Anyone but him.
So,
Think you're real funny, don't you?
tell me about the...
That is the last time
I
I'm
mean, I feel like we could destroy everything, but maybe an option should be that we tell them we'll destroy it later and actually use it to make a little bit of money, but looks like that's not happening. Just gonna kind of peek around. Detail. You see that? Just knocking stuff over. Just gonna kind of see if there's anything here to steal, but I guess not. I don't know, just drop it. Is it going? It's going. Oh, my favorite part, boys. Shootout time.
Give me a hand with these bastards!
We're putting you out of business.
Ooh, I do not have anything but my pistols. Not sure for the criteria on those sort of cinematic shots you just saw. It'll do them every now and then. It's probably a kill or just like a good shot, probably. But every now and then, I want to sneak. Oh man, my damn hat! Tell you what, I don't like coming out of cover. Things happen a little bit. Pick my damn hat up. Do this in style, boys. Yeah, let's aim for this tree, hopefully. Come on, Sam. There we go. Oh, I ran past somebody. That's an issue. Well, he's wild. Are you kidding me? Woo! I get myself killed. Sorry. You have to watch this ugliness. As I've gotten older, I find a little bit of fun in just shooting things out sometimes without using certain things like bats, or in this game, Deadeye, just to make it a little bit more interesting. As you saw, sometimes it'll get you in a bad spot. See if I can get some better cover. Still alive, huh? Again, like any good expansive game like this, tons of loot to be done. Another good way to get items that you can get for money, to get things that you actually want or need. Unfortunately, things like looting take a little bit of time. Bear with me. See if we can go in this house. I have found that a lot of times, unfortunately, you can't go into as many buildings as I would hope you could. Just random buildings that you find. Usually if it is mission related, though, you can find your way into it. Not always anything good to find, though. Oh well. Out the backside, yeah. Alright, let's run around, do a little bit of looting. We'll get back on mission. There are bodies everywhere. If you haven't been playing Red Dead Redemption, all these little X's you see on the mini-map, that is a dead man. I haven't had any issues with having ammo. If you do get into... Probably if you just follow the main storyline. I don't even think you need to get into chance encounter shootouts. If you're following the main storyline, you're probably getting enough kills to pick up ammunition to keep you in. I think I'm trying to think of what sort of difficulty options I had coming into the game. Again, with not playing consoles nearly as much as I used to, I'm pretty sure I'm probably on like standard. I hardly ever do anything easy if it's like below like normal, but I tend not to do anything terribly difficult anymore, just because of time's sake. You know, I do want to play through games and have the experience not only of the gameplay but the story, and just with the limited amount of time I have, I keep getting more of an adult. I try to make the most of it. Ooh, platinum. You know, a lot of the basic items you can pick up, really, I'm not sure if there's maybe something that's crafting that you'll be able to use them for later, but as you saw, I pick up, like, you know, like a platinum engraved buckle, I think it was. Things like that, kind of just worth getting money for. You know, they have kind of grades of silver, gold, and platinum. You know, obviously bringing more money with the more precious metal. Those are always a good way to kind of bring in some money. I've been trying to find me a good white horse to see if this belongs to anybody. I know that gray one's mine. Oh, it's probably Dutch's horse. Never mind. We'll see. He'll have a name, I'm sure. I can get close to him. I won't even let me mess with him. Alright. Go link up. Get this mission over with.
Well done. Well, forgive me, but me and my men must return to our lives. Ah, seems like we failed to destroy the last of the moonshine.
Sure.
Would you like us to?
Well, I normally take it. For personal consumption, it's sort of part of the job. But I better get back home. Why don't I just
like
take
I
a
said,
jug
make
or
some
two
money.
and leave you boys the rest to show that there's no hard feelings on account of the war.
We are all Americans.
Should have kept that still intact.
My cousin, Webster, he used to say some of us is not as American as others, if you know what I mean. Only I didn't quite. Come on, you degenerate, no-good, white trash, hillbilly piece of scum. I know you, Billy Lime.
Finally.
You've always been a piece of crap. Come on, move.
We have a life on a land so stupid, a backwater so backwards that even we are like geniuses. Bill, get this stuff out of here. Come on, you ride with me.
Okay.
Should I stash this somewhere near camp, boss?
Yes, show it to Hosea. I'm sure he can find a use for it. Bit of trouble back there, Arthur?
Ain't there always? From what they was yelling, I think they were the buyers.
Old Archibald didn't ask too many questions, so neither should we.
I ain't planning to.
That was worth the effort, though. Deputized and hiding in plain sight. These lawmen, these two families. I mean, I really think we can play this from all sides. It's got Hosea written all over it.
This is starting to sound like the Young Dutch again.
What do you mean, Young Dutch? I'm as strong
Flamingo?
as I have
The hell
ever
was
been.
that?
Hey, you know what? Why don't I race you back?
Yeah. Oh, I'll accept a race. Come
That's
on,
the
man.
spirit. Okay. On my word. Set. Go.
Well, I felt like he jumped out a little bit. What do you guys think? Off-road? I do. Let's get off of Dutch here. Make things happen.
You never were much of a rider.
We'll see about that.
wish, you know, we haven't been at our new camp too long. I wish I knew it a little bit better because I'm not sure what kind of terrain leads up to it. I'd like to take some bigger shortcuts, but I think I'm probably just going to stay happy with cutting a lot of these corners.
Anytime you want to stop for a breather, you let me know. Yep.
Oh yeah. Let's get on the wood. Woo! Dukes of Hazzard, boys. There we go. Oh, we got a good lead on him. Ooh. Stamina getting gassed.
Go, come on. Yeah.
Wow. No stamina, you kidding me? Been wrong about this. We might get our butts whooped. Probably should have stayed with it. What I could do, see if I can restore some stamina. There we go. This should give me some basically constant stamina here for a little bit. Not gonna help me refill any, but it might be enough just to get back. As you can see, that was pretty close. Oh, come on now. Guess that was enough to work.
I never knew you were quite so good at running away, Arthur.
I never knew age had slowed you down quite so much.
Well, time is a bastard. When you get to be my age, well, you'll know that better than anything. Be well. I had fun with you today. I was gonna say you're like a son to me. But you're more than that.
Oh, Paul. Oh man, just a bronze. See what we had to do on there. Probably ride better. Complete the mission without taking any. That didn't happen. Can't believe it ain't. I guess I can believe I didn't get 10 headshots. At least 7. I guess my accuracy was low. Well, there you go. Alright, gang. You know, between that earlier clip and this one, that put us at about an hour. I'll kind of see how often we'll do this. You know, I'll check and see if anybody's viewing. As always, you know, if enough people are watching, I'll try to do this more regularly. So if you're just dropping in for the first time, you know, go ahead and, you know, hit that like button, man. Jump in here, follow me, and we'll see if we can have some fun. One thing I'm excited for in the near future is going to be Fallout 76. So if you like these type of games, I'm sure I'm going to be making myself put a little bit more time in here in the upcoming months. So hope everybody had a little fun watching. Leave me some feedback. We'll see if we can make this a thing and kind of have some more purpose when we're in it. Otherwise, see you next time.